And this warning had its inception in the video we did last night, because last night some of my viewers from here in Arizona posted that there had been seizures of ammunition here in Arizona, very significant levels of ammunition. Interestingly, that didn't make any of the national news that I typically scan, and I checked today, and it still wasn't on any of that national news yet. In the AZ family and on X, formerly known as Twitter, these events were posted. And what happened was that there were two SUVs apprehended after months of investigation right here in southern Arizona earlier this month. One of the SUVs was on the highway, and that SUV had 7.62 by 39 millimeter rounds. This is what you use in AK-47s. And AK-47s are, favorite weapon in, Soviet bloc and China and third world. Western world uses, M16s, or, civilians have AR-15s, which use 5.56. But anyway, so this is, it's a bigger round. But guys, this is it. But there's the other SUV. So they had 1,900, I believe, 19,640 rounds in the SUV. Now that one was heading toward, it was on I-10, heading east from Phoenix toward probably Texas or something, because they had two people in the vehicle. One was from Texas, I believe. No. Let's see. Let me get this right. No, those were in the motel. Pardon me. There were two so-called individuals in this vehicle that had the 7.62 that were what do you call it? They were asylum seekers. Yeah, asylum seekers. Didn't say where they're from, but at a Motel 6, they apprehended another vehicle that had 10,000 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition. That is huge. That is military, definitely military. 50 caliber ammunition, 10,000 rounds. And in that case, there was a American citizen from Texas. Didn't say what his name was, any other background information, and a asylum seeker, again, from Cuba. We're not really vetting these asylum seekers, are we? Anybody, I want to seek asylum. Okay, but come on in. You see what's going on, guys? See what's been happening? So that's what we got, guys. We've got, this is just one instance. This one was apprehended. What's got through? What slipped through? What's out there? Thousands and thousands of rounds of, maybe tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of rounds of 7.62 by 39 and 50 caliber ammunition. Do we apprehend everything? Are we that good? Let's hope we are, but chances are it's the tip of the iceberg. What just slipped through? What else is out there? Where's that stuff heading? What's going to happen with it? Here is what I worry about. It's a good thing they apprehended this. I'm glad they did. And let's hope and pray that this is it. But guys, here's what I'm worried about. Sean Ryan Show did an interview, a couple of interesting interviews, more than a couple. One was a lady named Sarah Adams, that was a former CIA analyst that's the one that told us that there were 1,000 to 1,400 Al-Qaeda terrorists. Now that's just one spectrum, that's one flavor, that's one band, let's say, or one affiliation set of terrorists in this country. And she was talking about these being in sleeper cells. And she was expecting them to hit this year. Well, there's another lady came on who is supposed to be the world's foremost expert in Al-Qaeda terrorism, and she didn't want her identity given out, so she just went by Jane Doe. She was also on Sean Ryan's show. And Jane Doe it was like an hour and a half interview. You guys really ought to go see this, the Jane Doe interview. She was saying, and I get the logic of this entirely. This is logic I would definitely probably have came up with this part. Now, there's a lot of stuff she's got real intel on that I would not have come up with, because that was human and various other sources of intel. But one thing she said that resonated with me real strongly was that these guys have been coming over here and they've been just waiting to see America deteriorate and get weaker and weaker and weaker before they would hit. So just get weaker and weaker and weaker. The weaker we got, the better it got for them. So watching us decline. Well, guess what? We hit the bottom on that. We've got a new president. Things are about to turn around, but we still haven't fixed everything. You know, everything don't just fix with a wave of a wand. You got to go in and do it. You know, there's a lot of doing to be done. So at this point in time, for a brief time, we're weakest we're going to be. But from here out, we're going to be gaining strength. So the iron is hot. You strike when the iron is hot. And, you know, a lot of them have been wanting to go after the T-Man. So we're in a very vulnerable window. That's what I'm coming here to tell you guys. We are vulnerable right now. This is a window to be concerned about for the time being. That because Biden had just let everything into the country. He let all our guards down. He's let all this stuff come in. Like I said, and there's like 1,000 to 1,400 Al-Qaeda terrorists we know about. We also know of Hamas, and particularly Hezbollah sending people over here. Hezbollah big time. And then there's other that may be directly more connected to Iran, you know, going back to that Iranian Revolutionary Guard general. He said he had over 20 power grid substations targeting the United States, you know, and this was like, you know, over 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago. And of course, thank God we've had our border so secure. Since then, nobody has slipped through. You know, Marokas, you know, he assured us that the border was secure. Nothing was coming across. Oh, my gosh. Well, at least Christopher Wray of the FBI did tell us that stuff was coming through, which I'm surprised him and Marokas didn't get into it. But even Christopher Wray, you know, he waited till he was on his way out to really let us know. So, guys, we have got some risk. Wait, I see we got the Brits in the house. And Trump MAGA love. It looks like Christmas wrapper. I can't really see your logo that good. So, S23. Oh, you get this S23, Trump MAGA love. Okay. So, I'll look at the chat here in a second, guys. I just want to get the basics out real fast. And the basics are there's a lot of heavy-duty ammo that's moving around this country that is intended for very nefarious reasons. Lots of heavy-duty ammo. Now, according to the Jane Doe interview on the Sean Ryan Show, an attack, these guys would be very likely to have a two-stage attack. They would stage some major spectacle somewhere, with somebody doing an attack that would get all the EMA and everything hidden to one location. I mean, it would be something horrible, but it wouldn't be the main attack. I mean, they might shoot up a school or something, but, you know, something to just jerk your heart out, right? Something that would have everybody calling 911. The whole idea is to get the phone systems tied up. Everybody's calling 911 over here. All the communications are tied up. All the emergency people on this side of town, and then the main event happens across town. The main event is yet to follow, and then all the resources are on the other side of town. All the networks are tied up, so they're able to pull off whatever nefarious thing they set out to do. You got to remember now, these terrorists aren't normal people. These are people who are prepared to die. That's what they get into it for. They plan to die, just like the guy in New Orleans. He knew he wasn't going to live. He knew he wasn't going to live. That's what the guys who wear, strap dynamite to their chest. I mean, you think these guys, think they got a way out? Yeah, they're going to get 72 virgins in the great beyond, right? But they'll always be virgins. How would you get 72 virgins when always be virgins? So you don't get to do nothing with them. It's the ultimate torture. They just don't realize. Hey, Valerie Moore, thank you for the great super chat. Salute to you. I appreciate that. So, my cat is thinking I'm playing with it. So, anyway, guys, this is make our country great again. Amen. Amen. So, Valerie Moore, thank you for the super chat. So, watch this. I am actually under attack again here. Well, it jumped. Oops. He jumped. He's behind me now. There he is. Now he's attacking something else. But anyway, he's on to everything. So he's real rambunctious tonight. So anyway, guys, so um, yeah, I'm glad to see that we've got a chance to turn things around, but we're vulnerable. We've got a window of vulnerability that somebody might take advantage of right now. We got a lot of sleeper cells in this country. I mentioned Al Qaeda. I mentioned, oh yeah, Al Qaeda. According to the Jane Doe interview, we are sending through NGOs and other entities. We are sending 47 to 49 million dollars. I think she said a month. It might have been a week, but I bet she said a month to Al Qaeda. Not only did we equip them with all that equipment we left behind, but we funded them. So she was telling us that Al Qaeda is better trained, better equipped, and better funded today than we were before we went in Afghanistan in the first place. Now, and we're behind funding these guys. In fact, she mentioned some of our three-letter agencies are involved with them. And we got some serious house cleaning to do in this country. We got some serious house cleaning. The sooner that they get about draining the swamp, the better. That swamp needs to be drained bone dry. You know, it is insane what's been allowed to happen in this country. It's insane that they've allowed all this stuff to come across our border, that they were in denial about it. And if you read some of you are my Facebook friends, you read some of the posts where I put up stuff on this. I had liberals saying, "Oh, that's not true. That's lies." And I post articles. Oh yeah, look at all these articles. It's not a problem. It's a blah 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 blah. You freaking idiots! You know, this is a problem. This is a huge threat. You know, oh yeah, these drones there's no problem that there's just strange drones flying all over military bases, and they're still doing it, by the way. Oh, it's not a problem. Yeah, right. Hopefully the team man will be finding out what that is real fast and letting us know. Yeah, he's working on that, hopefully real fast. So, guys, we've got a lot to do, and hopefully these terrorists will be identified and got. See, the problem is, and Jane Doe mentions, these terrorist cells don't know each other. They're all compartmentalized. She said the people in a cell don't even know each other's real names. They don't know who each other are for the most part. Now, some may know each other from back home, blah, 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 blah. You know that's true. But a lot of them don't know each other. You know, so this is for all kind of deniability. The cells don't know each other. They're all being coordinated from central points. At least this is from the Al Qaeda cells. Now, there's Chinese cells. We know there's Chinese cells, too. You know, somebody came in my chat room and they, well, where do you get all this blah, blah, blah? Yeah, did you hear about Reading, California? What was in Reading, California? Biolab? Oh, my gosh. With all kind of nasty stuff in it. How many more of those are? That stuff just magically appeared in place. I mean, it didn't go across the border. It didn't have to get there by no other means. There was no sponsors. All that stuff just magically appeared in place. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Boulder Dash. You know, that's what Carter Potter used to say on MASH. That's, you know, kind of a good way of saying Bravo Sierra, right? In a more polite fashion. So, in any event, guys, these are things that we need to. You got to be situationally aware right now. This is what I'm telling you. You got to prepare right now. These guys could bring our grid down. If they bring our grid down, we're done. It's game over. There is no recovery. That's something I've been trying to talk to you guys about for a long time. The other prepping channels, the other YouTubers, don't put it to you, the straight and skinny, unvarnished truth that I'm bringing to you. That's why you need to listen to me. I understand this stuff. I'm not kidding you. It's not funny. It's not a game. It's just if you had 300,000 of on-land and U.S. a lot near, yeah. So we do know this. 17 of the bases, U.S. bases that were having, all the ones, 17 bases that were having lots of drone activity had Chinese land close to them. Interesting, right? Very, very interesting. So yeah, I know it's in acres. All right, so these are things that we've got to pay attention to, my friends. Oh, I got a super chat in there. Where's that at? Oh, let me go scrolling back. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got it early on. I did recognize that from Valerie Moore. Appreciate that. I just looked it up and I saw the amount. All right, so yeah, trying to cover a lot in a short order of time here. So we've been on 50 minutes. I don't plan to be on real late because I got to get real early in the morning. So here's the thing. If you're just coming in, I've been talking about a couple things. I've been talking about the ammo seizure that occurred in Cochise County here in Arizona. Two SUVs. Again, and just to recap for those that's just joined, two SUVs. One was on I-10 heading east and it got intercepted. And that one had 19,640 rounds of 7.62 by 39 millimeter ammo. That's what you use in AK-47s. And there was another SUV at a Motel 6 that was apprehended that had 10,000 rounds of 50 caliber ammo. This is very serious, heavy-duty military type stuff. 50 caliber, shoot. You could take a Mal-Deuce, an M2, and you could shoot a wall down with a brick wall. I mean, that stuff is horrendous. 50 caliber rounds out of those things. You could literally take out a building with it. This is some serious firepower. That is no joke, guys. This is serious stuff. And 3 out of the 4 people apprehended were asylum seekers. Yeah. One of them was a Texan U.S. national. Probably somebody they converted over, just like the sap that drove the truck. I call him a sap that drove the truck through the crowds in New Orleans. If you do that and you get sold over into this goofy thing that, yeah, I'm going to destroy myself for this thing or that thing, you're a sap, you're an idiot, you're a, that's what these guys, they get sold into this idea, and they're going to get this big reward in the afterlife, 72 virgins. It's probably always the same 72 virgins, and probably always perpetually virgins. Or somebody said raisins. Yeah, the greater creator isn't going to reward such a mess. Let me tell you something. That these guys have been deluded and led. So, I got nothing to say about that more than that. It's just, that is not what the greater creator in this universe is going to do for people that harm other people. Not happening, guys. So this, and I'm also talking about these interviews that Sean Ryan's show had with 2 individuals, Sarah Adams, who mentioned that there were 1,000 to 1,400 Al-Qaeda sleeper cell agents, terrorists in this country, and this Jane Doe, who expounded on that even further. She was considered the most expert person in Al-Qaeda, and how they're really set to do attacks, and why they think they would hit now, while we're, since we've been getting weaker all through the Biden administration, before we start getting our strength back up under Trump, that right now is the time that they were most likely to hit, somewhere in the very near future, like within days, weeks, within a month or 2. Very possibly that some of these sleeper cells be activated. Now, we know that the Iranian sleeper cells are probably going to wait until see if the U.S. is involved in a major attack on Iran, something like attacking the nuclear facilities. Chinese sleeper cells are probably time for an attack on Taiwan, and it may be contingent on American involvement, or they may preempt us. They can, like I said, they can take us down on our knees. Who knows? Or maybe they'll all just, maybe they're all synchronized at the highest level. It may all happen at once. I don't know, guys. But this is not pretty. This is serious. So you've got, again, so what do? One, you prep and pray. Prep and pray. You can always go to prepwithgreg.com for long-term food storage. If you're worried about the economy, go to Defy the Grid and use coupon code GREENGREGS to get 1% off gold, bullion, silver, platinum. And what I like is the gold backs. So you might want to look at that stuff. Suppressed tech release, and that could be coming real soon. Yeah, somebody asked me about, last video, somebody asked me about why, don't we have bases on Mars and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to cover that on Galactic Gregs. I've got everything queued up to do a video on Galactic Gregs, except I don't have a place to do the video until I can get my studio set up over. I mean, I'm sitting here literally on my couch with a handheld phone doing a video. That's all I can do. I need to do videos like I used to. I need to set up a docking station. I need to set up laptops. I need to set up lights. My little hard drive. I just can't go through all the articles and things sitting here like this and have a decent video. So I've got the topic ready to go. We're talking about U.S. Army anti-gravity program. That's going to be the first thing. I'm going to do just on that. Then I'm going to come back and do another video on why this is not large scale. Why this is not as large a scale as you think. Why China may have surpassed us and what this drone threat may be signaling to us. So, but I need to do this as a two-stage video. I don't want to try to get into it too deep here because I'm planning to do all that preliminary stuff. I've already got all the articles queued up and ready to go. The problem is that the stupid computer wants to run an update, and when it does, then it takes me to different places when these articles reopen. So I've got all the material, and I'm going to show you conclusively that the U.S. Army has had a multi-decade anti-gravity program. You want to see that on Galactic Gregs, so stay tuned to my Galactic Gregs channel. Go there and look at the interviews. That interview that we had, I got 3 videos up. One's the whole thing, the other's 2 parts, of Amy Eskridge. She is no longer with us, by the way. And a lot of people are highly suspicious that her demise was by those that did not want this stuff to get into the hands of regular people. You got to remember, Tim Burchett, the U.S. Congressman from Tennessee, has been trying to get to the bottom of this. He was told to stop, to quit, to don't ask questions. He had been in big trouble. A U.S. Congressman. And this was after, Gorsuch and all these guys come out and talk about things. Yeah. Of course, now we got a guy saying, "Hey, well, I was involved in recovery operations." So there's a lot of, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. But what I'm talking about is human-developed technology. Not something we fished out of the sky or the water or a crash site. Human-developed technology, which is entirely developable with human knowledge, not derived from anywhere else. We can come up with this stuff on our own. We don't need ancient aliens and all that kind of boulder dash to come in to show us physics. A lot of physics is getting swept under the rug. And that's what we're going to talk about on Galactic Gregs really soon, within a few days, because I should be in my little tiny home soon. So, somebody don't like hearing this. Well, tough nuggies. So I'm going to tell you something, guys. If you go to the Galactic Greg's channel, you watch that video with Amy Eskridge, that room is packed full of propulsion experts. The top experts in propulsion, rocketry, and advanced propulsion, and physics in the world. And not a one of them are giggling. Not a single one are giggling or chortling. Yeah, that's for idiots out there on YouTube who don't know any better. They're all seriously having discussions about this topic. And that was from several years ago now. So you need to go watch that. And we're going to be talking about Ning Lee. It mysteriously disappeared. We know what happened to Ning Lee now. There's still some mysteries, though, about why Amy, who was the person talking and giving that presentation, met at her untimely young demise. This is a dangerous field to be in, because they don't want stuff to get out. Love Israel. I love Israel S23. So, yeah, guys, I'm a rocket scientist. And if you don't like it, go bite a rock. And I could say worse things, but this is a family channel. Bite it hard too. Break a few teeth while you're at it. Like we used to say when I was a kid, go jump in the lake, swallow a snake, and come back up with a bellyache. I said silly junk like that. But, seriously, yeah, I developed rockets, and I can prove it. Guys, I've been very involved in space for a long time. I'm talking rockets, conventional stuff, but I also had my finger in some other things. So, anyway, what I need you guys to do is just be aware and go back and watch some of my videos on Galactic Graves. It needs some more views. It got demonetized because I wasn't getting enough views. I hadn't had time to do videos over it. I want to change that, hopefully real soon. I need your support. All right, guys. So, but right now, this factors into the terror threat we're facing. All this other stuff causes the drone activity, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking technology developed by, controlled by people. It's a lot further along than we may think. But I don't think we're using it I think we got some amazing technology here in the United States. Just mind-boggling. But I don't think we have it at scale. I think it's very, very limited. That's what I'll be talking about when I'll be talking about. But China, that may not be true. So I wish Elon Musk would start a company and build 3D printers so I could buy an American-made 3D printer. So there you go. Well, that's probably coming soon. Kim Kardashian, the famous movie star, what? She got hit 2026? I don't know. She's still alive. We got it from aliens. We don't need aliens for this stuff. There's allegations that we've reversed engineered some stuff, but we can come up with some pretty interesting things on our own. Trust me. So, yep. So all these, you watch too much History Channel crap. Goofy guy, the goofy hair. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Anyway, hey, there is something strange going on. But I've also done some videos on Galactic Graves. So I'm saying they're not from out there. There could be some exceptions to that. Go watch the videos, see what I had to say about it. There's something strange in the neighborhood. So, pardon me. It's supposed to go down to -1 or -2 here tonight. It's cold outside. And I've got some generator issues. I just went and got another generator from the shop. So, yeah. Yeah, I think we got angels and demons fighting, Ace Lee. Yeah, I think you're hitting on it there, buddy. Multi-dimensional. We're in a multiverse, guys. We are in a multiverse. I'm not going to talk about that more in the future. Maybe on the Galactic Grids. We are in a multiverse. So, yeah, I'm a veteran. I was in the Army. Vladimir Ivanik. You say Ivanovich. I'm sorry, I'm probably not saying it right. All right, good to see you, Vlad. Yeah, I'm a veteran, definitely. So, there's probably several other veterans here in the house tonight. I was in the Army. -9 in Indiana. Oh, yeah, guys. That's the other thing. A lot of you guys are seeing record cold temperatures. Record cold. There's a lot of apologists out there who's going to say, well, this doesn't mean we don't have global warming. This is just a temperature fluke. Yeah, it seems like we're having this all the time in winter these days, does it not? record colds across in most of the United States. Lots of records are being broken tonight in the next few nights. So you need to take care. Make sure that your pipes are dripping in your house, and if you can't have them dripping, or you got a building that can't be heated and no pipes dripping, you better drain the water. Open the faucets to the outside and shut off the water and let it all drain out. Maybe even drain your hot water heater if there's no power to it, because you're gonna be busting a lot of stuff. And it's bad enough to bust pipes, and when pipes bust, and that an upper, like you get 2 stories and you got a pipes running to upstairs bathrooms or something like that, and they bust, you're gonna have a flood down below, and it's gonna be a mess, a capital #1 mess. Extensive damage. We're talking extensive damage. That happened in my home in Alabama, and it was not as cold as I had it before, but I discovered there was a hole that had let some air into where that piping was that I didn't expect, and it caused major issues. So a lot of stuff can happen, guys. So be sure you check your water. Be sure you check your neighborhood. Check your elderly friends and neighbors. Make sure they're okay. I mean, this is a good thing to do right now. Pay attention to your friends and neighbors, your family. Check with them, call them, ask them if they're okay, if they get what they need to stay warm. Now, a lot of people are reliant on electric heat, and a grid could go down, and that's a risk. Some people have furnaces and other systems that use gas, but they're electrically controlled. They won't run without power, a lot of these things. So these people need help. When I was in Alabama, I used kerosene heaters. I can't find a good cheap source for kerosene around here. It seemed like it's, I got it for, $4 a gallon, which seemed kind of expensive back in Alabama, maybe $5 at times. But around here, all I can find is $20-something a gallon. It's like insane. Everybody around here uses propane. Now, people have propane out east too, but they prefer kerosene out east. So just pay attention. My buddy heaters can be gotten at most Walmarts. Some are good, some are not. I've had 3, only one of which, seems to work right. So I'm not a big fan. Everybody kept after me for a long time to get my buddy heaters. Well, I did. I got 3 of them. And I got 3 different sizes, 3 different models, and on the larger one. Seems to mostly work right. And it flames out sometimes when it should. Good old wood stove. There you go. That's a good answer. But if you ain't got it today, and you need it tonight, tough noogies, right? Because it takes a while to put in a flue and all that. I got a wood stove also here, but I haven't got it installed yet because I got to set up a hearth for it. Got to put in the flue and all that stuff. I'm just trying to get in the house first. And then I got to work on my solar, seriously. Because when I'm doing my videos in the house, you're going to hear that generator. And that's not going to be pretty, unfortunately. I step outside and turn it off, but then I got power to run everything. Did you see Uncommon News video on, the sand heaters? Yeah, he's been talking to me about that, mentioning it for weeks, thinking, I don't know, where am I going to put a pot of sand in here and run a fan and all that stuff? And that ain't happening. I'm not doing it, not right now. So, thermal mass, though, could make sense. But then I got to heat it up outside somewhere, too. So, yeah. My biggest issue in here is air temperature. I've got a little on the floor. I got a heater running in here, but on the floor of the van over here, there's a bowl of cat water. It's frozen right now inside the van here. So at that level, it's freezing. It has been for a bit, and we're not down to the bottom temperature. Yeah, Doug's a good buddy. He's got a lot of good ideas. He's really intelligent, really smart. It's just, okay, I got to go find a fan to run on the thing. I got to find a place to heat it up. I got to set up. I'm pretty cramped in here. I could think maybe a place to put it, but I got other things there. So, I don't know. I've got an electric heater. I'm running from a generator. It's only 1,500 watts. It should be enough to heat a room in a house. But in here, I got ice inside the van right now. So if that gives you an idea. So, but I've got this right here is a sleeping bag that's good for 25 below. I found it at a sporting goods place at Sholo. Last fall here, I got sick. I mean, I thought I was in serious trouble. My chest was just on fire, and I was afraid I was going to be going to the hospital. But it hit me all at once, and I went and got me a bunch of elderberry and a bunch of other stuff, and I started looking around seriously for some way to stay warmer. I got me a little Predator 2000 generator. It wasn't enough, but I set up a CPAP machine. I haven't set my CPAP machine up, and I probably should, because that would keep my warm air that I'm breathing at night when I'm asleep warmer. But it's just a place to put it. See, that's one of my problems. I'm space limited in here. So I'd like to set up my CPAP. That would do me more good than a sand battery if I could get it set up and have the power to run it. Because that means I'd be breathing warm air through the night. But, there's a limit to how many power sources you can run off of a feed from a generator without, tripping a thing. So right now I'm choosing to run this 1500 watt heater. I couldn't run a 1500 watt heater and a CPAP simultaneously, although I did run a 400 watt heater with it previously, and I had frost on the inside of all my windows in the van, this van right here, and it wasn't even as cold then as it is now. The frost isn't as bad, so this heater is keeping some of the, running that instead is keeping some of the air from getting as cold as it was getting. But, if you're laying in bed at night and you're snoring and breathing through your mouth and you're breathing in that really cold air, it's not good for you. It's just not good for you, especially, I did when I was a kid all the time, I guess. I lived in Alaska 2 years, and it didn't bother me there. But for some reason, it's hitting me now. It may be my age, I don't know. Do you hunt? I did when I was growing up. I used to hunt a lot. I just don't have time to right now. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to do if I had the time, but I'm working. I've moved. I've been, homesteading. I'm trying to, set up a new homestead here. And right now I'm building a tiny home. I just, YouTubing. YouTubing takes up a lot of time, guys. That's one reason you haven't seen much of me lately. I'm trying to make up for it a little bit, but it's tough. Humidity is not a great friend at times. Yeah, at least the humidity is lower here, but, it's still been high enough, and maybe it's because I've been inside the small van breathing, that I would literally have, if I was running a smaller heater in here, like a 400 watt instead of that 1500 watt, I would have frost forming on the inside of all these windows in here. I mean, very significant frost, believe it or not. Kind of like reminding me of Alaska. We get hoarfrost inside our vehicles. And that would be very thick. Alaska had low humidity too. But boy, we get the hoarfrost. So, but that happened last fall, and it's colder now than it was last fall. Well, fall of 2023, when I was set up that way. I've been this previous fall, the same setup I'm at now, since I moved back into this van. I was in the red van at first, because this van needed some cleaning out. But anyway, stupid fingers keep touching the F key. Yeah, well, I got fat fingers. It's hard to run a keyboard. I can't do a keyboard and see this. So that's Keith in Arizona having to say. Yeah, he's an uphill from me here. Hunting worms doesn't count. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, there's not as many worms around here, guys, but there will be once I get done. Unless you get the big worms that eat rats, rattlesnakes. That's the main worm I got in this neighborhood here, rattlesnakes. I made a little joke on that in my broccoli video. I was talking about comparing juniper trees to broccoli. Yeah, I think I'll do another joke video on junipers, not too distant in the future. Maybe I got something I'm planning to do there just for fun. So thank you for calling for the thumbs up. It's so cool that people share their ideas and perspectives. Yeah, it is good. Now, Doug's a smart guy. He's got a lot of good ideas. I'm not poo-pooing his sand battery. It's just I don't know where I'm going to put it. it requires me to preheat it or do something. Guys, I ain't got time. I really don't have time to be doing these videos. I should be right now working on designing my solar system so I know what components to get, because I really seriously need to get the solar grid going fast. So, you know, if I do one thing, I don't do something else. It's just like that. There's a lot of critical things I need to be doing. But with this terror threat being what it is, I thought I needed to come in and talk to you guys tonight. And that's why I'm in here, because the terror threat is very significant. It's imminent. We could have strikes anytime, like right now. And you know, there's that old adage, hit while the iron's hot. Well, like I said, the United States has been getting weaker every month for 4 years. Every week, every day. For 4 years, we've been getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And that's turning around now. So we're at our weakest point that we're going to be at. That's why they might want to hit now. That's going to turn around. You can't believe there's 1,700 of them. Talking to Jim J. Well, the whole idea that, you know, hold on, we're talking about terrorists. I'll have to go back up. So I find Jim J. Gia. Santa, you live in the snow. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I lived in Alaska 2 years. Ho, ho, ho. All right, I don't know what comment you're referring to on the 1,700. I'm looking for it. Snowing in Austin, Texas. First time since February 2022. Wow. Well, it could snow all the way to the Gulf Coast. Yeah, I've heard that recliner stuff. Yeah, but the other thing is, if my leg, if I'm sleeping up, my legs are going to swell on me. I've got arthritis in my ankles and my knees, and they will be killing me. If I fall asleep sitting up, oh my God, ouch, 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 ouch. I did that a few nights ago in here. I was so tired, I just passed out sitting up in this bench instead of laying down like I am now. Well, of course, I'm kind of sitting now because I'm using my sleeping bag as a backrest to shoot the video. Snow in Mexico soon, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, those cartels got to go. The cartels are armed militarily. They have armored vehicles. They got all kinds of stuff. And we're about to take on the cartels. That might be another reason why things might go off real soon. The cartels and these terrorist groups are connected. And that's something that Jane Doe also said on the Sean Ryan interview, but that's something I could have predicted a long time ago, because look, China and the cartels are connected. And China has sleeper cells here. If you don't believe that, then you got your head in the sand. Anyway, we had a cartel house in Madison on Desert Road. Wow. Ace Lee, wow. Ace Lee lived in Madison. Where's Colonel Cole at? I thought he'd been in the house tonight. He's in Madison too. Yeah, Desert Road. I know where Desert Road is. A lot of people live down Desert Road. We have Apache graphics and A10s. Yeah, I'm writing that. Apache gunships. Oh yeah, Apache gunships. Oh, you said graphics. And A10s. Well, yeah, those Apache gunships are very impressive. They definitely are. And, yeah, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of their little Gatling cannon. No, sir. When I was in the Army, we had Cobras. And we had A-10s also, A-10 Warthogs. And I'd see those guys put down a line of fire, and it's like, nope, you didn't want to be on the receiving side of that. No, sir. You know, when I was in the Army, I was glad to know that those things had my back. The A-10s and the Cobras. Now they got Apaches and Kiowa Warriors and all kind of stuff. All right, so Trump said we have 300,000 Americans are passing away every year from fentanyl. Well, it's something like 100,000. Linda, it's like 100,000. I think it was 100,000 last year, but it's been over 100,000 previous 2 years, and maybe going back up. So propane catalytic heater can heat for 100 hours, a 20-pound tank, 110. I got one in my tiny home. And I've got a small room. It's just I'd have to crack a window to use it in here. I tried a tiny one of those that you screw on the bottom. It's just a top. My buddy in this van, and 5 minutes it ran me out, and the fumes were too much. I had to roll all the windows down completely and open the doors, and for about 30 minutes to get the fumes out of here. It was terrible. So I've not used that kind of heater since. I think it's been in my storage unit. So I've got 3 my buddies. Like I said, I'm using one, the 2-burner one, right now in the building. The small one flames out. It don't burn. It ain't worth a hoot. Well, I mean, the medium-sized one. So I got 3. Only one works halfway right. I'm not a fan of my buddy. I'm going to be honest about it. I've had trouble with him. When you buy 3 heaters and only 1 out of 3 works worth a darn, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's something I need to cover on Product Papas, probably. Need to do a review on that. Most of you guys must be having better luck with them. But I've had somebody else tell me that they found a house over here. The woman just had tons of those My Buddy Peters. And what's that mean? Probably she bought a bunch of them, none of them worked. That's kind of what I get out of that. I don't know. Carbon monoxide hazard with propane. That's true. That's when you got to leave a window cracked. Yeah, I've got 2 windows cracked in my tiny home. One downstairs and one upstairs. And I bought 2 sensors. One I put downstairs. The other I gave to a couple of people to visit me here. I told them to put it upstairs, and I don't know what happened to that one. It's just gone. So really, I spent a lot of money on that darn thing, because that was both a carbon monoxide and a fire detector too. I don't know where that thing went. So I hate running to the store all the time to buy the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's what happens when you get people coming in and out, though. Sometimes we gave a press conference while signing many executive orders. Oh yeah, he was talking like person to person, just informally almost, to reporters asking the questions. Now who does that? No teleprompter, off the cuff. You know, President Taterhead couldn't even do it with a teleprompter. So now Trump knows what he's doing. He's genuine. He's real. It's coming from the heart. Biden was just, he was some kind of a robot. Somebody had puppet strings on that man, you know, to make his arms move and stuff. Puppet, you know. Or maybe he couldn't even believe in what he was talking about, so he had to have a story. That story had to be right, and so they would put it on a teleprompter. Same way with Kamala. What could she say without a teleprompter? Anyway, and all she taught was word salad stuff anyway. Same old stuff, you know. Meaningless, blah, 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 blah. You know, you ask her a question, and it's like, huh, what'd you say? He didn't ask a question, just get blah, 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 blah. So, no wonder she didn't make a win. Well, actually, carbon monoxide can be an issue with a lot of stuff. Even a wood stove, if it's got leaks. Now, my wood stove might potentially have leaks because it's an old cast iron one with 2 eyes on top. So I'll have to watch carbon monoxide with it too. Anyway, guys, so just, you know, you need to come up with whatever strategy you got to have to stay warm, though. This is serious cold weather. I'm sitting here with blankets on me and a jacket under a blanket, and I got a little heating pad underneath that, keeping my chest warm. And on my feet, I got a jacket. Let's see if I can get this turned around. A jacket and a kitty cat. So there you are. I'm not going to stroke him now, because I'll wake him up and make him want to be a little restless. He'll be wanting to get into stuff. So now you see the kitten. Watch, we were soldiers. Biden's brain was mashed taters. Probably. Perpetual brain freeze from all the ice cream. Man seriously had some. He had a bad progressing case of dementia. What kind of can? What are we talking about with can? Yeah, I'm trying to stay warm here. I just worry about the air temperature tonight when I'm sleeping in here. That's my biggest issue. I mean, like I said, I got a 1500 watt heater running here, but I got ice in a kitty litter, not kitty litter, a kitty cat water bowl sitting in the floor of this van. It's actually froze. I heard that too, cat. Something outside made some racket. There's dogs and coyotes around here sometimes. So I turn off all my lights, make sure I don't see a light source outside. I don't hear any engine. I mean, nobody's coming here unless they're coming to see me. You got to drive, well over half a mile past the nearest house where you get to my place. Nobody else. It's a one-way, dead-end road. And you got to go through a couple of gates to get here. Well, they're open right now, but and you got to pass some no trespassing signs, private property signs. So anybody got the cojones, come all the way down here, and if I don't know who they are, I might give them some I might feed them some hot kibbles. You know what I'm talking about. You have to follow my channel to know what I'm talking about there. You know, it's a mineral fortification, some real heavy minerals. You know, metallic minerals. Yeah, the stuff they take out of gasoline. Yeah, I'm in Arizona. Yep, kibbles. So that's what you feed your nugs. If you don't know what a nug is, flip that word around. Then you'll get what I'm talking about. Freedom seeds, yes sir, Jason. That is another term for them. And you know, I can send a few of those outwards. I am definitely prepared if somebody messes with me. And that's something everybody needs to consider right now. And as part of being, what's happening now, stay away from crowds. Be situationally aware. So you got two things to worry about right now. One, weather. And that's an actual thing that is happening. And two, you got to be concerned about the terrorist cells getting activated. For that, be situationally aware. Like I said, avoid large crowds if you can do it. Stay out of large crowds. Castle law. Yeah, hey, that's good, Keith. Appreciate that. My van is my castle right now. The whole property is my castle as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, with a few worms, nobody will find anything anyway. Respect your elders. That's right, not bot. Hey, Johnny Doe. So, 19 here in Mississippi. Is that what you're saying, MS? Well, I used to be next door when I was in Alabama. I'm in Arizona right now. Last time I checked, it was 11 degrees outside, and going down, that's been over an hour ago. It's going down to -1, maybe -2 here tonight. So, let's see. Stray Ken says, Brian loves bacon, Trump mean corn. People saying he's wrong for making it, but yeah, so what? He likes to have fun. You know, there's people like meme coins. They're not for everybody. I mean, it's not like Bitcoin. You know, the intrinsic value is just whatever it is. Snowflake, Arizona is -14 degrees C. Yeah, okay. C is not my index. -14 degrees C here. Yeah, okay. I'll believe it. It's definitely below freezing. And when I'm in a van running a heater with me and a cat adding heat sources, like a human body's a kilowatt. Kitty cat, I don't know, maybe 25 watts. I don't know, 10 watts, 25 watts. But when we got all this going on in here, and you still got frozen water in the floorboard of the van and a bowl, you know it's cold. You know it's cold. So, yeah, it's going to get colder tonight. That's all I know. My stupid phone's going to run a software update. You got to be kidding me. You know, I'm doing a live stream. Meme coin thing is cray. Yeah, I think so. But if somebody's into it, fine. You know, well, look, you know, they sell stuff like all kind of mementos, you know, and that's okay. A lot of people are in that. A lot of people. There is in Show Low a Trump store. There is a Trump store in Show Low, Arizona. In fact, there's been a Trump store in Show Low since my first time I came here back in 2019. It probably goes back to prior to 2016, maybe the presidential election. Maybe Keith can, or Jesse Mills, if he's in the house, can tell us how long the Trump store has been in Show Low. Does anybody know? My first time here, Thanksgiving of 2019, I went there and I bought a few little Trump campaign bills, like, you know, Trump 2020. You know, he's running against Biden. First time around. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Trump is awesome, man. Amen. And Radio Shack. Yeah, hey, Keith, that's amazing. Radio Shack. I got to go find this Radio Shack. So, anyways, have you met Nomadic Fanatic? No. No, where's he at? Hey, if anybody in the area knows the guy that does that Frugal channel, Frugal Homestead, he's up here in northern Arizona somewhere. I'd like to meet him. You know, he's a young man. He's quite busy developing his homestead. He came out with nothing. Who's in Quartzsite? Billy Ray. Billy Wayne, who's in Quartzsite? You know, a lot of people go to Quartzsite for the wintertime around here. It's a big camping place for people who live in vans. Like me. It's warmer than where I'm at, but I'm up here building my tiny home, so I don't need to be in Quartzsite. I got to get my tiny home built. Anyway, Trump store here since Obama Trump campaign. Okay. That's interesting. That's since he ran against Hillary, right? So that would have been the 2016 election. That's about what I figured. Well, it's still popular, it's still going. Hey, Greg, it's freezing. Amen, Brian. I bet. What's your temperature up there, Brian? Hobotech is in Quartzsite. Okay. Oh, that's somebody everybody was telling me I need. Hey, Raspberry, how you doing? That's somebody everybody was telling me I needed to make a contact with. Hobotech. Lots of tiny homes on YouTube. That's true. You know, there's a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of channels that cover nothing but tiny homes, and some cover nothing but van life. I'm into both of them, it looks like. I've been living out of a van for quite a while now, and I got a tiny home in construction. But, you know, it's just only so many things to do. 28 and quite clear. Minus 30 F, Brian. Wow, okay. Now, that's mighty chilly, Brian. I hope you're taking care of yourself. But y'all are not strangers, those kind of temperatures. So I know that you're ready for that. But, you know, that, you see there, guys, he's in Minnesota, and he's minus 30. Other places get really cold. Montana, North Dakota. I mean, those places get cold. Alaska. Montana used to always get cold quicker than Alaska, but then when Alaska got cold, it would get colder. That's the way I always remember it. Greg, listen to me, please. Get to know Nomadic. His name is Eric, and he is around 43 years old. Where is he? I don't know him. How do I find him? Who is he? Where is he? Nomadic Fanatic. All right, Billy Wayne Norwood. Where's he at? Has he got a channel called Nomadic Fanatic? Just because you find somebody's channel don't mean you know how to contact them. Like the guy doing the Frugal Homestead channel. So how do I contact him? Jesse at Greg Radio Shack is the same mall as Harbor Freight, just past Alco. Okay, well, I've been in that area many times because I've been to Harbor Freight a lot. I got to take back a Predator generator there. So I bought a new Predator generator, and it's got where it won't crank hardly. You know, the engine's seasoned up on it. And this is the second Predator I bought that had problems. So a lot of people say, oh, everybody's using Predators. Yeah, that's what somebody was telling me back in 2023 when I bought my little 2000. But, you know, I've had problems with those things. So I've actually got, well, too many Predators. I bought a new Predator 9000, and I got because I didn't get the warranties and send warranties on the other first I bought, which was a mistake. I had one of them, the Predator 3500, only ran like 8 hours, and it threw a rod. And because I'd had it for several months before I even cranked it, it was not under warranty. So I got the replacement for that at that size. I got a warranty on it, and I got a warranty on the Predator 9000. And the Predator 9000 has got to go back. Now, I bought a used Predator 9000 from another guy locally, and it had turned out I had to, it got where it would choke down when I was pulling a load. So I took it to a local generator mechanic. I just got it back today. That's what's running right now. I did have a little bit of a problem cranking it tonight, but I think it's because of just the way the switch is on it. But it cranked, and it's running right now. But apparently it had a stuck governor, and the guy I bought it from had made a homemade air filter for it, and it was getting sucked into the carburetor. That was probably the main problem with that one. Brian, so I have that problem with my car in a few hours. Brian, have you ever had the problem with a square tire? Square tire. Has it been quite cold enough to give you the square tire up there in Minnesota? When I was in Alaska, we had engine heaters mounted in our vehicles and battery blankets. Now, the guys that lived out off-grid, they had to take the battery out of their car at night. And some would slip some kind of kerosene heater or something underneath the block at nights. But when it's 60 below and you got to use tools to take a battery out and take it in the house and then bring it back and reinstall it next day before you go somewhere, Alaska's tough. Alaska is tough. If you're off grid in a place like that, that's tough. And I was in the Army. I had a hitching post to plug my truck into, and I had a fourplex thing, and you had to use Arctic grade cord. The regular, just you went and got a regular extension cord, it would freeze. You couldn't use it. I saw where somebody tried that, and that cord, they unplugged it from the hitching post, and that cord is frozen, standing up like a cobra all winter long. I laugh every time I walk by it. Yeah, you had to buy a special Arctic grade cord up there, something to be pliable in the crazy cold temperatures we had back in those days. I don't think it's that cold up there anymore from what I've been seeing. But seriously, it was the adventure. We also had to repack all of our bearings twice a year. In the wintertime, you had to put in special Arctic grade lube, but that lube was like water. You had to pack regular grease in come spring, and you'd just grind up all the little pin bearings and your U-joint end caps, and sometimes the ones in the wheels. They were bigger bearings, but you just grind those bearings up. And I would have my vehicle sitting there running. You're thinking it's warming up, and you'd put it in gear to go in reverse, and it wouldn't move. And the reason it wouldn't move is all the joints were frozen. You'd race the engine just to force it to move, and it would just creak along at first until things got warmed up. And in your mind's eye that you're just ripping bearings all to pieces. It's like, ugh. So a lot of times I would just walk to work. That was just too much trouble. I've been driving and had my steering column shattered. I'm driving on a road that's just covered in ice. Imagine that. No steering. Yeah, just weird stuff happens. I went to crank my truck one day. I hit the starter and I heard clang, 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 clang. And I go, oh no, I knew exactly what happened. The starter torqued and ripped the ring gear off the flywheel. And it was bouncing around inside the torque converter in my little C4 transmission. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. And even the sound of what it was, I couldn't believe it. Sure enough, that's what it was when we took it apart. It just crazy stuff happens in the cold, cold temperatures. And that's one reason that a lot of you military stuff costs so much. Nomadic Fanatic YouTube channel is there. Well, I can't click on it now. So he's got his own YouTube channel. Okay. Straight Kitten, thank you. So, is he local? I found... Yeah, okay, Straight Kitten, thank you. Is he local? Is he in the area here? I got a partner with Diane and Kites YouTube channel. Oh, he is partnered with Diane and Kites. I don't know who that is. Okay. Hey, the reason I mentioned him is because he has property in the Sholo area. Okay. Sholo. I've actually got a Sholo address. So I'm going to go through some of this. It's 1 degree Fahrenheit in Ohio. Hey, hexafus. Yeah, it's pretty much that right here probably right now. Ever tried the cheap Chinese diesel heater? Well, if I do a diesel heater, I've seen those. What's the guy's got the channel? What's his name? Dave Bill. He's got that channel, Cheap RV Living. He's probably in Quartzsite too right now. He's got land somewhere here in northern Arizona. Uh, he's yeah, he shows a lot of product reviews for RV life, van life, and that's one that I've seen a lot of. The problem is I would have to poke a hole in one of these windows and kind of move stuff around, and I could do it. It just takes time. My issue is I have not done a build. I mean, all I've done is just throw stuff in. I've not done a rebuild. I've just took some seats out and moved some stuff in. If I was doing a build, I would take this bench seat out and land in completely, and because it's one of these that's got a motor underneath it to raise it and lower it automatically, and it just takes spring. I could use that as storage space and have that engine underneath it. And the bench in here is not as strong. I got Vanna White here now. It's more comfortable on the bench than this van, but she's got still a few other issues she's not ready to live in. I bought her for that purpose, for what I'm using this van for. This van was a little bit easier to set up in some ways, but there's challenges to it all. There's challenges. But this is a no-build situation I'm in. If you've watched the videos talking about no-build vans, that's where I've been at. Because all my time is going to build my tiny home, maybe to YouTubing, maybe into the fact that I am working now, moving, all these different things I've been doing. It's just eating my time alive. So if I stop to build my van out, then that would be weeks or a week or more delay in other things I've been trying to do. So it's just, like I said, I can choose one thing or another. Those diesel heaters are interesting. And if I was really going to commit to this RV life or this van life, which I may keep this going down the road, because, there are advantages to it if you don't want to travel. A lot of advantages for that. And so I might do it. And in that case, I might do a build. But I got a bus to build out. That would be once I get my tiny home done, I might build, I got some improvements I want to do there. And I actually want to build my universal habitat here. So that will be, so I got a lot of projects in store. Hopefully I can cover those on this channel here. Billy Wayne, I'm old. He's as old as me, Greg. A 1500 watt heater isn't much. That's low. Yeah, that's true, Brian. That's what I got in this van. Now in Alabama, in my house, when it got cold, I had a big room, big bedroom. I kept a 1500 watt heater in there, and it would keep that room warm, even in the worst of winter conditions. But here in the van, you just don't have the insulation. You got all these windows, and like I said, I got frozen water sitting in the floorboard of this van right now, just about 5 feet from me, sitting right over here. Alrighty, guys, but that is what it is. So the recap for those that have just joined. You need to go back and catch it on rewind. But we've had an intercept of ammunition in Cochise County, Arizona. It only made local news. What else has been intercepted in other places only made local news? I mostly survey national news. I'm looking at stuff. So I found out about that when some of my local subscribers that's here in Arizona brought that up to my attention. Because I scan national news usually. So I missed that one. And it's just down the road, really. Well, down the road. I-10 is several hours drive from here, but it's in the same state. So, that's some distance from here, but it's in the same state. Everyone does it. Don't forget. Thumbs up. Well, thank you for that, Jesse. How you doing? I had some questions I want to ask you, Jesse. I can't remember what they were right now. Maybe we ought to have a phone chat one day. Jesse's just down. Jesse's a forest ranger, more or less, a firefighter. He's sits in the fire towers a lot in the area here at the National Forest here in Arizona. just down the road from me. Kingman had a train robbery recently. We're talking about West days. Let's see. I was the oldest of my clan. Okay. Redheads are the best. Well, thank you. All right. Talking about redheads? Where's New Day's at? Let's see her in the house right now. Greg, we'll call you tomorrow. Okay. Well, I am working in the morning, or regular work hours tomorrow. So, in fact, my work day starts at 6 in the morning, and so I need to go. Brian loves bacon last week. So yeah, I need to start powering down here and roll out my good sleeping bag. So that means waking the cat up. I got some stuff that's kind of combining here. What's going on? Yeah, I got to wake up the kitty. He's fast asleep at my feet. Anyway, so yeah, my biggest issue in here tonight is just the air temperature. So yeah, I do like to sleep on my left side a lot of the time. Of course, usually when I first lay down, the cat is laying where it is now, so it kind of makes it hard to flip over. A lot of times, laying on the back gives you the advantage of clearing your nostrils when you can breathe and keeping the throat clear, but laying on the side's better for your, I guess, your lymph systems and all that. If I lay in a reclined position, that might help some, but, that's going to cause issues with my ankles. So I do need to get, more prone. More prone. So that's what Raspberry said. I'm going to go back here a little bit. Somebody was responding to Raspberry, but I don't see a quote. Vape King, I do miss the Radio Shack. I used to get lots of small things to fix stuff. Oh, yeah. Well, apparently there's one up here still in Sholo, which is pretty amazing. And I've seen that mentioned before. So, appreciate that, Billy. There's an old man. Greg, I just told you he has land in Sholo. Oh, yeah, I got that. Have you driven a Ford lately? I got a Ford tractor. It's a 47 Ford tractor, but it's back in Alabama at a shop. I'm trying to get it fixed. That's all I used to drive. I've had a lot of Fords. That's how I started out. Everybody else in my family only drives Fords. And my dad used to only drive Fords. Both my brothers used to only drive Fords. I never drove anything else. Greg knows more about anti-gravity field than he lets on. Oh, Tree, there's some things you got to be careful with. Some things you got to be really careful with. So, yeah, just stay tuned to Galactic Greg's engine blankets. Now, what we had was a percolator, basically. An engine heater wasn't a blanket, but we had a battery blanket. So I had a blanket wrapped around the battery. And I had a inline engine. There's two kinds of engine heaters they had. The one I had, I don't remember what the other one was. It would fit in the bottom radiator hoses where it went into the engine. And it was basically like a little percolator. It would just heat the water up. And that would heat up the engine block. So, yeah, you had to have that kind of stuff. And super cold weather. But even that wasn't good enough for all your bearings. Oh, yeah, wherever your tires set on the ground, it would flatten out. It freeze flat. So you'd start driving, it would be like, riding a horse. Clump, 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 all four tires. And when that flat section rolled around, clump, 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 clump. You drive real slow at first because you had to, because your bearings joints were all frozen up. But you had to drive a little ways just for your tires to warm up enough for them to fully inflate and quit going clump, 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 clump. We call that the square tire phenomenon. So that's what we called it. OG chat form game. Let's see. Sunroof. Okay. Let's see. I saw a YouTuber that hung insulation blankets over the windows of his van for winter camping. Yeah, I thought about getting some foam to stick in this window here, especially where my foot's at. I basically got my foot sticking in the window so the feet get cold. Hobo tech torn tech tom at gmail.com. Hobo tech tom gmail.com. All right, coffee. Mr. Coffee Fitzford. I got Mr. Coffee in my tiny house here. Time Bandits Unite. There you go. What's this live about that seems misleading? Going back and rewind, I talked about it, and I brought it up 3 other times, but I've been going for an hour and 16 minutes now. So it's about the ammo that was seized here in Arizona. The one case we know, but it only made local news. It should have been national. So ask me what else has been seized in other places that we don't know about. It only makes local news. Why is it not making national news? And the threat of terrorist cells getting activated like here in the next few weeks. So catch it on the rewind. Go back to the first part of the video and just rewind. And I shouldn't be repeating stuff 20 times in the course of a video. So go back and catch it on the rewind. It's here in the video. You'll see what it's all about. And so I'm just talking and chatting with the subscribers right now. This is a live video. We're a family here in the Green Greg's Familyverse. And so, we get a lot of the same people in here, and we chat, as friends and family, basically. So, Humvee theft, there you go, group. S-Hoop. I saying group. S-Hoop, whatever it is. 15U, all right. 2001 Raspberry. What's 2001? Well, they had a 2017 Escape. Oh, okay. This vehicle's got a V8, 318. My 1-ton Chevrolet's got a 454. Yeah, it's like a percolator, right? And it's just the engine block heater. It's basically like a percolator. So what's y'all mentioned this Hobo Tech guy before? What about him? Before we go, Arnold. I've had 2 or 3 of you guys tell me I need to contact this Hobo Tech guy. What about him? I forget. The V8 is gold. Goid. Yeah, I loved my 390s I used to run on and Fords. 390s were tough engines. I couldn't tear one up to save my life. I had one that should have blown up many times. And that thing just kept purring like it's kitten over here. So I had some 302 engines. Those had to have some work. had to do valve jobs on a couple of them. But the 390s, oh my God, I couldn't do nothing to those engines. Run them out of oil, run them out of water, run them 120 mile an hour all the time. Just kept running. So, all right, Billy, you're redhead too. Got it. Outside cats can survive the cold. Yeah, they can. A 305 V8 and 77 Camaro. Okay. Revenge of the Nerds, 80 movies, Dark Silicon Valley, predictive programming. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, kidding, you got a hidden comment? Gary Lockwood, Premier 2001. Oh, okay. In 1980 something. We had some of the guys from the 2001 movie at the Tucson International Space Development Conference. The National Space Society International Development Conference in Tucson, Arizona. I met him there. let's see. We had now I personally knew Fred Ordway III. He was the science advisor for that movie. I personally knew Fred Ordway III. Jesse's left. Alright, let's see. Hey, Sasquatch man. Good night, Smokey. So, yeah, well, good to see you here. And we're about to call it a night here. Yeah, Trump's done some amazing things today. Very amazing things. So, yeah, we're on the verge of a new age, guys. There's a lot of hope, but we're in a lot of peril too, because the state that's so deep will not go out easy. It's going to be a challenge. Also, these, like I said, these terrorist cells, they may try to hit while the iron's hot, while we're at the weakest we're going to be. Some of them, though, may be timed for other things, but Al Qaeda especially, they're more likely to hit sooner than later. So this is what we've been talking about. Mainly is the threat from Al Qaeda cells. Power glides are slow off. Tom from Hobotech does product reviews from EcoFlow and other manufacturers of solar inverters. Oh, then I do need to talk to him. Okay, I got you. I got you. Say he's in Quartzsite right now? Okay. Yeah, that's, hey, you know what, guys? Bride and crime family pardon. You know, look at all the people that got pardoned. When you pardon somebody, that's kind of admission of guilt. The Supreme Court sees it that way. That if you take the pardon, you're basically confessing the guilt. So Biden's basically said his entire family is a crime family. Finally. That's what he said. And all that's been covered up. Everything has been an attack on Trump. Attack Trump, attack Trump, attack Trump, attack Trump. Why? Because Trump was going to take on the deep state. Well, it really is now, because they put so much heat on him for so long. He's fed up with it. And guess what? They couldn't stop him. He's back, and he's on the attack. So, say some prayers, folks. Just say some prayers. Oh, yeah, Biden pardoned Fauci. What's that tell us about Fauci? What's it tell us about General Milley Vanilli? Oh, my gosh. That's what I call him, General Milley Vanilli. They took his poster down out of the Pentagon today. Yay. Oh, my gosh. What a creep. What a creep. His brother and Hunter were in there you go. So, yeah, and then Trump revoked the security clearances. All those 51 intelligence leads, top level intelligence people in the United States, who swore that the Biden, that his boy's laptop was just Russian misinformation. Yeah, they knew better. They actually knew it. They had possession of it. They were lying. These are the people that are always charging and talking about misinformation. They're the biggest generators of misinformation there is. The art on goldbacks is amazing. That's right, Keith. And, the goldbacks are really collector's pieces. They only make so many of them, and they change them ever so often. So they're really collector's pieces, and they're gold. So that's one of they sell for a little higher than the gold that's in them. But considering how fungible they are, and the fact that they're actually little pieces of art, they're beautiful. I love them. I can take gold and put it in my wallet and spend it like paper money. That's amazing. So Puppet Masters Island tapes. I don't know what that is. All right, so Epstein. Epstein, his cellmate spoke out. His cellmate said that Epstein was offered a deal that he could get off lighter if he would have implicated Trump. And the cellmate said he didn't have anything on Trump. So, he really didn't. He was actually considering making something up just to get out, according to his cellmate. So imagine that. That they knew each other in a social sense, but not, because they were all high rollers that connected at various events. But, Trump wasn't apparently intimate with what was going on there, like some other people. Like maybe I did not have sex with that woman. It depends on what the definition of is. Yeah, Bill Clinton. So Billy Clinton, and even your good buddy Billy Goat Gates. Billy Goat Gates. Yeah, what about him? Apparently they had freaking flyer miles to the Epstein Island. So was this somebody's asking about liberals? I don't know. Well, I see you mods are busy tonight. So they're still liable for precaution. The whole thing though about these pardons. My understanding is to be pardoned, you have to be pardoned for something you've been convicted of. Maybe something that you're being charged with. So he's preemptively pardoning people for crimes committed which they've not even been charged for. We'll see where that stands up in court. I don't think that'll stand up. Zorro Ranch. Hey, all right, that sounds cool. Zorro Ranch. Mods have been like a wolf pack tonight. Yeah, mods have been doing good work. Always do. Hey, good to see you, VidCon. Yeah, I got good mods in here. So trolls don't last long here. They get vaporized. Trolls get vaporized in a hurry. First started chatting with YT with that phone. That's how I got the name. Okay, stray kitten. Well, I got a kitten here and sleeping on my legs, but it's not a stray. All right, for the benefit of stray kitten. There's my sleeping kitten. So, Mescal, Arizona. I don't know where Mescal is. You mean Mesa? Mescal, I don't know where it is. Even a half-inch foam would help the van windows. Yeah, but I also kind of use these van windows to see out, see what's going on. But I've actually thought about just putting something down where my feet are. My feet are actually sticking in the window. I mean, let's see if I turn this around. So I actually got them up in the window here. There's only so much room in here. Hey, Gia. Pretty colors on that little nugget. Alright, you can say all those Biden pardon is there's all kind of justice in this world. Sometimes you turn there you go. Yeah, they're not getting out somewhere. Sometime they're going to pay for what they've done. Somewhere, sometime. See, that's the thing. They charged Trump with everything they could make up, everything they could see. They fought him from the time he ran against Hillary, created false charges. There was a Steele dossier. They tried to accuse him of colluding with Russia. There were just tons and tons and tons of stuff they just made up and went after Trump with, including government-sponsored stuff. And then when he became president, we had a Democratic House at the time. We don't now, so he's going to have an advantage. He didn't have when he was president. They tried him and impeached him and did all kind of stuff to him. They impeached him for doing his job, for looking into the corruption in Ukraine. And now we know that was 100% real. But the House impeached them for that. See how nasty they were? They will, and and then Biden took over. There's questions about that. And they continued to attack Trump. They just went after him, sued him, went after his family, went after his life, went after his fortune, tried to put him in jail, tried to try him on everything they could come up with, nonstop. So guess what? Yeah, he knows who did this. He's sick of it. And it's just nonstop. Why? Because he was a threat to big government. Well, guess what? Big government's in trouble now. And big government needs to go. Had 2 minutes to make up throwaway email to set up new phone. That's how I got silly username. Stray Kitten. Well, that's kind of cute. So I hope with the name Stray Kitten you're a girl. All right, everybody, don't forget, thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate that. It's Gandalf. Okay. You should not pass there. What's this name? Saints RLFC for life. Whatever that is. Traveler. Hopefully, the other cat said, "Oh yeah, he's good. He's good." Traveler. That was General Lee's horse was named Traveler. In case you didn't know. Master Churchill, will we ever find out about the Butler incident? Yeah, maybe. I'm sure. Well, you know what? A lot of the Secret Service got fired. A lot of people got fired today, and they deserved it. So skim the bank, man. You're fried. Yeah, a lot of people got fired today. It's an English rugby league team. Okay. Oh, okay. Got you there, Saints. Yes, I'm a girl. I'm not a cat. All good to know. All good to know. I was assuming you was a girl, not a cat, but not many guys that take on the name Kitten. But, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, you've been with us a long time, Stray Kitten. I appreciate it. So, all right, guys. We need to go. We've been on for an hour and a half. That's way too long. It discourages a lot of people from watching the video. They see how long it is. But, we do chat amongst ourselves here. We're friends. We're family. I appreciate all you. Y'all actually cheer me up. So go. For those that have just come in, go to rewind on this video and catch the news. That's up front. And these live sessions, that's where they are. The news is in the front piece. And then we just discuss among ourselves whatever comes up after that. All right. Even board search, Saints versus... Pardon me, guys. Wagon 2004. Good Friday. Well, thank you, everybody. Billy Wayne. Obi-Wan. All right. Dan Bongino is livid about the Secret Service's ability to protect the post. Yes. And he was with the Secret Service, by the way. He knows a little bit about that. It's one area he knows. Yeah, he's got a good program. I like him. Anyway, folks, we're going to call it a night. So check the rewind. So I've got some serious warnings there about terrorist activity that may be imminent. Serious, big-time bad stuff may go down anytime. So you better watch your six, be situationally aware, prepare. Just get ready for whatever's coming, guys. Prep and pray. Hope for a better day. Let's hope that something trips them up and that they don't these cells don't get activated. That's all we can hope for. If they do, hopefully there's some red-blooded Americans will see what's going on and put a stop to it. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say, it's kind of chilly in here. Like I said, I got frozen water in the floor of this van. So, I want to thank all you we had a super chatter now. I want to thank her. I want to thank Vegas is in the house. Okay. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you, mods. You've been busy tonight. You're doing a good job. Thank you, mods. So everybody, you'll email me tomorrow. Okay. Same email. I got the same emails I've had for a long time. Anyway, so once again, thank you all for watching. Share my videos, and give me a thumbs up and comment, in video after I post it, and chat with each other in the videos. Good way to share information. Oh, you got a YouTube channel there. Oh, okay, good. Very good, Stray Kitten. So, yeah, I trust you're not a cat. Anyway, if I click on that, that's going to pretty much end the video here. But I'm going to call it a night. So thank you all again for watching. Greg out.